One late evening, a terrible robbery occurred at a gas station in an ordinary American town, and although this crime would have been forgotten by the townspeople long ago, if it wasn't for the fact that an unknown woman showed incredible courage during the incident. This story happened about 2 years ago, but even today, people in this small town remember this woman as a real hero. Do you want to know how she managed to stop the robber? Stay tuned until the end of the video. It was an ordinary day in an ordinary town. There were no special events planned, and life was calm and uneventful. People went about their daily activities, enjoying the peacefulness of their surroundings. But as the sun began its descent and shadows stretched across the land, a sense of foreboding settled over the town without anyone realizing it. In a small town, there was a gas station where cars often stopped to refuel and grab some snacks. It was a place where people came and went, their lives intersecting briefly under the flickering neon lights. One such person was a woman named Sarah. She entered the gas station hoping to buy some groceries and maybe a cup of coffee. Little did she know that her path was about to collide with danger. When Sarah stepped inside the gas station, she found herself in a small, dimly lit room filled with all sorts of goods. As she made her way to the counter, she chatted with the cashier, an African-American man in his late 20s. They talked about the weather, the local sports team, and other mundane topics. Sarah liked this gas station and often visited it because the staff were always friendly and welcoming. She felt comfortable here. As she stood waiting for her purchase, Sarah noticed a man standing behind her. At first, she didn't pay much attention to him, assuming he was just another customer. But when the man took off his hood, Sarah gasped in surprise. His face was covered with a black ski mask, and his eyes seemed to be hiding in the shadows. He was tall and muscular, dressed entirely in black. Instantly, Sarah felt a chill run down her spine, and her instincts screamed at her to get out of there. The stranger's piercing gaze swept over the store, sending shivers down Sarah's spine. His eyes, cold and hard like polished stones, seemed to take in every detail. Then he did something that made Sarah's heart skip a beat. He reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a shiny silver handgun. In an instant, the friendly atmosphere evaporated, and Sarah found herself frozen in fear. "Everybody stay calm," the stranger said in a deep, menacing voice. "This is a robbery. Don't try anything stupid or you'll be sorry." His words echoed in the small space of the store, amplifying the terror in Sarah's heart. She could feel her pulse pounding in her ears, drowning out the rest of the world. Her mind raced, desperately trying to come up with a plan, any plan to escape this nightmare. But fear had paralyzed her, leaving her trapped in a prison of her own terror. She turned her head slightly and saw that the African-American cashier had also gone pale as a sheet. His hands trembled as they reached for the cash register, his face etched with fear and resignation. Sarah wanted to scream, to do something, but fear had stolen her voice, leaving her trapped in a silent scream. At that moment, Sarah noticed a small red button on the counter nearby. It was unassuming, almost invisible in the dim light, but it represented hope, a chance to escape this nightmare. With a surge of adrenaline, she slowly reached out her hand, her fingers trembling, and pressed the button. A loud, insistent sound filled the store, shattering the silence and jolting the robber. He whipped around, his eyes wide with panic, searching frantically for the source of the noise. For a moment, his gaze locked with Sarah's, and she saw fear flicker across his face. In that instant, Sarah knew she had made the right decision. The unexpected sound had broken the spell of fear that had held her captive. It was a beacon of hope in the darkness, signaling that help was on the way. As the siren blared, the robber's composure crumbled. His hand tightened around the gun, his knuckles turning white with tension. His eyes darted around the store, desperate to find an escape. Adrenaline surged through him, propelling him toward the door. With a wild look on his face, he burst through the entrance, disappearing into the night. Outside, flashing blue and red lights began to dance, reflecting off the wet pavement. The arrival of the police sent a wave of relief washing over Sarah and the other customers. They emerged from their hiding places, shaken but unharmed. The store's employees, including the cashier, breathed a collective sigh of relief as the danger had passed. But amidst the relief, there was also a sense of awe and gratitude for Sarah. She had shown remarkable courage in the face of danger, not just for herself, but for everyone in the store. In a moment of crisis, she had acted swiftly and decisively, stopping the robber and ensuring the safety of everyone around her. Later, when the police had finished their investigation and the gas station was bustling with activity once again, Sarah found herself surrounded by people. They expressed their gratitude and admiration for her bravery, praising her quick thinking and courage. Even the store manager, a portly man with a kind face, approached her, his eyes shining with appreciation. He thanked her for her actions and insisted on buying her a cup of coffee as a token of their gratitude. Sarah, however, remained humble. She understood that it was her quick reactions that had saved the day, and she did not seek recognition or reward. Still, the community wouldn't let her go unnoticed. News of her heroism spread quickly, turning her into a local celebrity. Many residents stopped by the gas station just to shake her hand and thank her personally. Some brought small gifts, like boxes of chocolates or gift cards to her favorite stores. All they wanted to show their appreciation for what she had done. Even the local newspaper ran a story about her bravery, publishing it on the front page with a photo. Overnight, Sarah went from being an ordinary citizen to a local hero. Although she was initially uncomfortable with all the attention, Sarah gradually began to accept the praise and admiration. After all, she knew she had done the right thing. As time went on, the memory of Sarah's heroism faded somewhat, but the respect and admiration from the townspeople remained. She continued to visit the gas station, now famous as the place where the brave woman stopped the robbery. The cashier and other employees greeted her warmly, their eyes filled with gratitude and admiration. And so Sarah's act of courage became a thing of legend in the town. A reminder that extraordinary bravery can be found in the most ordinary of people.